Last year, the main event field was 5,600. This year, we've lost nearly that many, and it's only day 2.
Yeah!
Among the 3,300 who did survive are several past main event champions. And some of the game's top players who would love nothing more than to join that elite club.
I feel I can win this event. I just know that a lot of things are going to have to go right.
Winning this tournament above all others is just so cool.
2006, I'm more driven than I could ever be.
The quest for the championship continues. Yes! Day 2 of the main event starts right now. Welcome once again to Las Vegas and the 2006 World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. The players are making their way into the Rio as we're just about ready to begin day 2 of the main event.
Ready today.
There is the reigning world champion Joseph Hachem of Australia making his way to his seat. His predecessor, Raymer, had an up-and-down day 1, but is trying to match his amazing performances over the last 2 years. Other day 1 survivors include 2004 runner-up David Williams and his mother Shirley, last year's 5th-place finisher Andy Black, and 3,368 other hopefuls who are ready to continue their pursuit of the $12 million Holy Grail. Hello everyone, I'm Lon McCarron along with Norman Chad. Our marathon opening round is over, but still we are left with 3,373 players on day 2. Most of the top professionals are gone, but a handful of household names remain, including Kid Poker Daniel Negreanu and the great Phil Ivey.
Phil Ivey knows the deal, Lon. I will not even speak to him again until he wins the main event. And every year he hangs around a long time. That's not the case for Daniel Negreanu, who's looking to put his disappointing early exit of 2005 behind him.
Daniel's at our featured table today. His poor showing in the main event last year capped an entire World Series in which he won only $10,000.
There's Renee Angelil, husband and manager of Celine Dion.
Our chip leader at this table is Adam Jones. Yes, that's how he spells it.
You know, this is pretty unlucky, you and me here. I wasn't supposed to be at a table the guy had more than me.
No, we're supposed to have a day off, right?
Yeah. At least you're sitting in a good seat, as far as I'm concerned.
Daniel with about 86,000 chips. There is John Sasha, a spine surgeon from Denver on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Camp, Pocket Aces.
1,600.
Sasha told us that he's the best surgeon in the world. I believe he beat Hawkeye Pierce in 1953 in a heads-up surgical match.
Daniel Negreanu. Couple of clubs, 9-6 from the small blind. He'll make the call. Cost him $1,100 more. The blinds are at 250 and 500. Peter Antil, a couple of diamonds, 4 deuce.
From the big blind, he will call.
So 3 players going to the flop. Sasha with his aces has the advantage. The flop is 5-7-4. Sasha still leads. Daniel picks up a straight draw.
As Daniel likes to say, that's a flop in his neighborhood.
And a bet of 2,500 from Negreanu.
Antil paired his 4, but he'll get out of the way.
Sasha now will re-raise all in.
The aces are still best.
Daniel wants a count.
Daniel would be calling this on a draw.
And Daniel will make the call. John Sasha all in.
I knew that's what you had, but I'm like gonna make a flush or something.
Got some ways.
Oh, we got a raise.
You didn't think I was drawing dead like I had ace-10?
No, it's a nice hand.
Not quite a race. Sasha,
Deuce.
nearly a 2-to-1 favorite.
Now the turn card. Daniel gets a pair.
Ooh, there's my 9. Now a 6 will do
now
it.
He's got more out.
Red Queen.
Negreanu can knock out Sasha with a 9 or a 6, or an 8 or a 3 would give him a straight.
And there's the 8.
Straight.
Daniel makes his straight and knocks off John Sasha.
Sorry, buddy.
You expect the amateurs to get lucky on the pros. When the pros get lucky on the amateurs, it just doesn't seem fair.
Getting suited.
What are you going to do, you know? Forget about it.
Actually, I'd love to see a classy pro like Daniel or Phil Ivey win this thing, but chances are, Lon, it's going to be someone plucked out of the yellow pages from a red state.
You ask insiders who the best players in the world are, they'll mention Daniel or Phil more than not. Ivey had a rough start to his day 1, wound up with just about 17,000 chips.
I was watching Ivey at a World Series circuit in New Orleans, Lon. Gavin Smith moved all in on him, and as he is contemplating a call, Ivey opens up a bag of baked lay potato chips. What a game.
Well, Ivey, Negreanu, and this guy, Alan Cunningham, were members of the original crew when they were all breaking into tournament poker.
Cunningham, Ivy, and Negreanu with 12 World Series bracelets among them, but none of them has been able to take home the main event title.
But that man has 2002 world champ Robert Varkonyi.
Varkonyi just won a sub-zero tournament outdoors, Lon, in Finland. I guess the other players were running cold.
Oh, that was bad. A big bet by Varkonyi, forced a fold from his opponent. Varkonyi shows the straight flush.
It's just too pretty not to share with the boys.
Varkonyi knocked off Marcel Lusk in his day one, picked up a lot of those chips that you see in front of him.
Too pretty.
So those three are off to a good start today. Let's get back to our featured table. The blinds at 300, 600. Action on Daniel Negreanu. He's got ace-5.
Daniel says it's all about the poker this year, but I've seen him checking his trio while playing.
He raises it up to 1,500 now to René Angelil, husband of Celine Dion, Queen 8 of hearts.
If I had his money and his connections, I could do some damage.
There is Magnus Berggren, a consultant from Norway. He will make the call. Adam Jones now, a rancher from Sturgis, South Dakota. Ace-6.
He's in the big blind.
Well,
And he's in the pot. So 4 players going to our flop.
Looks
this
interesting.
spot's worth winning here.
Looks interesting. It is.
The flop now comes out. 5, 10, 9. Negreanu got the best of that. Pairing is 5.
And Jalil has a gut shot straight draw.
Check to the better.
Jones checked over to Daniel. 4 yellow chips. That's 4,000 from Negreanu.
You know, it seems to me you can only make that bet, Lon, if you know that none of your 3 opponents has a 10 or a 9.
Berggren reaching, and he'll make the call.
He's fishing. He's fishing without a pole.
Jones gets out of the
I
way.
have a feeling I know what you have, and I'm rooting against some cards very heavily right now.
Daniel and Berggren heads up now to the turn. 8 of clubs.
Uh-oh, that was a dangerous one. That could be you. Could be me, could be anybody, but it's probably you. I'm going to check.
That actually gave Berggren a gut shot straight draw.
Check to the river now. Final card. 10 of spades. Negreanu earns the check mark.
I check.
I'm all in.
Wow.
Really? Count the money out. I'm curious how much
It's not that much.
Daniel's got him beat.
How could you go all in now and not bet the turn?
I was waiting for you.
You didn't bet the turn, and you're claiming to have a 10 or a straight, but you didn't bet the turn. See, that's a tough sell, my friend. Maybe you played this hand really well.
This is what I love about Daniel. You get to see the artist at work in full view. Can he call this
You
bluff?
were really waiting for me? What were you waiting for exactly?
Come on, you're Daniel Negreanu.
Must be the Norwegian pronunciation.
Cool. I mean, just being at the table with you, that's so cool.
Doubling up for me would be even cooler, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yes. True.
Something's rotten in Norway, but this is a tough call for Daniel.
I can't do it.
He's going to give it up.
I'm gonna let you take it.
So the amateur Berggren forced Negreanu off the hand. Wow. A bold bluff by Berggren with his tournament life on the line forced Daniel Negreanu to send his chips across the table. How cool is that?
The 2006 World Series of Poker is presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, brewed for a man's taste, Miller Brewing Company, and Harrah's Entertainment, home of the world's richest poker tournament. The World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Main Event.
Welcome back to the Rio. Those are the chips of defending champion Joseph Hachem, who had a very strong day one, collecting almost 87,000 chips.
Well, he'll need almost 87 million chips here before he feels real comfortable.
We better put a stop to that, or we're going to have to start dealing with the Aussie chance again.
You're going to have to wait a few more days.
They haven't flown out yet, right?
No, they're here. They're just waiting.
Okay.
When can we start? I said, shut up. Too early.
Elsewhere, we catch up with a player who heard a lot of those Aussie chants at last year's final table, Andrew Black.
Okay, I call it.
Black has put a big bet out, and he has just been called by Jens Ogsader. Ogsader is all in with ace-queen. Black turns over king 10.
And Andrew, with that look of stress etched onto his face.
Now the flop is deuce 5. Ace Ogsader with a huge lead now. Andy Black needs some help. Turn card is a 7, and Ogsader wins the hand. Black drawing dead, going to the river, and he will send a lot of chips over to the young Swede.
So the striped invader cripples Andrew Black. I have told Andrew that we should open up a popsicle stand together. Low overhead, less stress.
Black is left with fewer than 3,000 chips. Over to David Williams. Williams has put out a bet on the river. His opponent is calling the bet.
After finishing runner-up in the 2004 main event, Williams bought himself a Bentley coupe. I just would have taken more taxis.
David sees that he is beat, and he will muck his cards. We saw David's mom on the rail during his 2004 run. This year, Shirley, his mom, is playing in the tournament. She's not far away. Shirley doing a little better than David, collects a nice pie.
I got the shakes.
Shirley surprised almost everyone in this room by making it to day 2. She always wears her emotions on her sleeve, something we first saw 2 years ago.
In 2004, my mom was probably a bigger wreck than I was. When I watch the replays and just think about it, see pictures of her crying and saying the most crazy things ever. It's pretty crazy to know that she was that into it, she was that supportive, that it affected her that much.
It was a ton of fun and it was very nerve-wracking. It was just unbelievable.
I think it's pretty cool that my mom's here playing. I don't want to take credit for how well she's done in such a short time. I haven't taught her at all. She reads more poker books than I've read.
I have about 25 poker books, and then I play a whole lot on the internet. It's just so much fun.
My mom actually probably is a better player than most of the people besides the world-class players. If I get out first, I'll be there on the rail with her every day, rooting her in.
If nothing else, I think I can make the final table. And one day, I hope to have my bracelet. I think I can do it.
Doyle and Todd Brunson are the best father-son poker combo. Maybe Shirley and David Williams can become the best mother-son combo.
All right, let's go back to our featured table at the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Adam Jones from Sturgis, South Dakota, which is very close to Deadwood, where Wild Bill Hickok was killed playing poker. 7 deuce of hearts.
Wild Bill broke the first rule of poker. Keep your back to the wall.
Daniel Negreanu with pocket 9s. Daniel's going to raise it up to 2,200. Nobody gets a cheap card around here. Peter Antil with pocket 4s.
I'm sorry, did Adam Jones call with 7 deuce?
Of hearts.
Okay, he's playing Lon McCarron poker.
There's David Stuck, a truck driver from Erie, Pennsylvania. King 10 offsuit from the big blind.
Boy, I would say that's a loose call from the big blind.
1,600 more it cost him. Jones, with the raise to him, will call 1,600 more to him.
Jones calls another bet with 7 deuce?
4 to the flop. It is deuce, 4, 6. Antil got just what he was looking for, a set of 4s.
Very nice.
Stuck checks. He's drawing dead. Over to Adam Jones.
Reaching for chips.
Picked up a pair of deuces. He puts in 2,800 chips.
I know Jones used to ride Bronx for a living, so he can be a little reckless, but are we kidding here?
Special with Negreanu after him. Daniel's going to raise it.
10,300?
10,300 more.
Yeah, Daniel likes the flop. It doesn't seem to threaten his pocket 9s.
Oh, cool.
Antil calls. Stuck folds.
That was a nice smooth call from Antil as Daniel eyed him.
Got to tell Daniel something.
Oh, Jones gets off the horse.
So heads up, Negreanu and Antil. 8 of spades, no help for Daniel, who trails big time.
And Daniel slows down. Lon, he doesn't just have a 6th sense. I believe he has a 7th and 8th sense.
At least. Antil checks also.
Antil will not let him know the strength of his hand.
Another 8 on the river. Antil earns the check mark. And he's got the full boat. Daniel checks again.
I got 15,000.
Make it 15,000 with pocket 6s or pocket 4s. Which one is it?
Wow.
He's the best.
Pocket 6s or pocket 4s, quick.
Take your pick.
Huh?
Take your pick.
It's either one. Can't beat either one, buddy. Pocket 6s, pocket 4s. Which one?
He'll break him.
But why would you check the turn? If you bet the turn, I was just going to fold. I really was. I was just going to give it to him. I mean, he had to have 6s or 4s, but... 15,000. There's a gazillion in there. I'm going to fold the second best hand.
He's right.
Daniel is the only player at the table, Lon, who has access to the other player's hole cards.
The amateur had the goods on Daniel, but Negreanu was able to get away from that hand and saved himself a lot of chips with that great read. To the lens of our KFC snacker cam, we can better cover this immense poker room.
Somewhere out there, Lon, I believe, is the next president of the United States, and he's probably low-stacked right now.
There's Steve Danneman, finished second last year. He's out, but some members of his home game are still there, including Mark Scheck on the right.
And there is the one and only Jerry Ditzel. You're relying on Jerry Ditzel. Good luck.
Well, Jerry's not looking very happy about his chances right now.
4 left out of 8. 4 out of 8, so they're doing good. Still a lot of people in. $12 million.
You said it, $12 million. And it looks like that $12 million will not be going to Danneman's final table mate from last year. Andrew Black is gone.
Bye, guys. Next year.
Next year, all but one will sing that same tune. Welcome back inside the Rio. In the main event at the 2006 World Series of Poker, there's 2004 champ Greg Raymer looking a little down in the mouth.
I think I know what you have, but you outflopped me with that hand too. Same hand twice in a row.
Raymer looks almost unrecognizable without millions of chips in front of him.
Jack 10 of hearts or Jack 9 of hearts? That's what I think it is.
His cross-examination is never ending.
Looking for better cards. And the last man that Raymer busted on the road to his championship in 2004, David Williams, has thrown the remainder of his chips in the pot. Tournament life at stake. His opponent, though, makes a set of 4s on the river, and Williams is set packing.
So the son is gone, but the mother, Shirley, is still alive here at the main event.
You're like my favorite player.
Meanwhile, back at the featured table, Daniel Negreanu always seems to take time to pose for pictures with fans.
Well, I'm kind of busy, but, you know.
He actually seems to enjoy the fact that the fans can get so close to the action.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No one is more appreciative of his fans than Daniel Negreanu, and there's one fan out there with whom he has made a special connection, and it has changed both of their lives.
It was the day after Mother's Day. Everybody was going to school. An SUV clipped the car. It ignited. Little Matt was sitting over the gas tank. He sustained 40% burns to his body. They didn't know how much longer he would last. You just wonder if you're gonna have to bury your child.
My doctor said I'm not supposed to live. I never walk, I never talk. It's the competitive thing, you know. I'll prove you wrong, and I did.
They said that it would probably take him 6 months in order to walk. It took little Matt 6 weeks. He would just keep working and working and working at getting better.
Good job, man.
Everything's a challenge. I've learned to live life one day at a time.
When you go through as many surgeries as he has, you have wounds that are open. You can't just go to the park. So we'd watch poker. Daniel is a character in himself. Little Matt was just like, I'd like to meet him one day.
I wrote in an email saying, you know, I'd like to meet him because he's my favorite player.
He sent me a picture along with the email letting me know that, you know, he's a really big fan and he's going to be out in California to do some surgeries. He really wanted to meet me, and I thought I can take a day out of my schedule. Hey! You must be Matt. What's up, little Matt? We spent the day whale watching and hanging out.
I was wrapped up in bandages, you know, thinking, oh my God, you know, what's he gonna think of that? I never met anybody so kind and nice.
Something about the email touched me when he talked about how, you know, he was an athlete and he loves sports. And that competitive spirit doesn't just go away because he gets injured. So he found a new outlet, and that's poker. And poker still challenges that same competitive spirit that he has. You know, in about 6 or 7 years, I'll be coaching him in the World Series of Poker, maybe.
Good hand. Yeah, that was good. Most people see my exterior and, you know, just stare. I'm glad to know that I could have such a friend.
The kid puts life in perspective for me. I get more out of hanging out with him than he gets out of hanging out with me.
If Daniel does make it to the main event final table, Matt has vowed to fly from his home in Missouri to witness the action. Action on Daniel Negreanu, ace-5. And again, he'll be creative and play it.
I'm reminded by what poker great Crandall Addington once said, limit poker is a science, but no limit is an art. And Lon, Daniel is an artist.
Daniel raised it up to 1,500 with that ace-5. To Adam Jones now with 8-4. It looks like he's going to get creative as well, try to paint his own picture, and he'll call from the small blind. 2 to the flop. 3, 3, 5, and Daniel again pairs the 5 in his hand. A check from Jones.
4 pinkies.
That equals 2,000.
8 pinks.
Ooh.
All right, well, this
That's
hand's
a
not over
raise
just
of
yet. Hang
4
on.
pinks.
2 more, right?
Yes, 4 more.
Your color addition is tremendous.
2,000 more for Daniel to
I
call.
thought we was talking in pinks.
Yeah.
Jones trying to make a move here on Daniel. Daniel wouldn't go for it. Jones has nothing.
Turn card is a 6. Jones now with a straight draw.
10 pinks.
It's 5,000, Norman.
Thank you.
And Daniel quickly calls it.
No hesitation from Daniel. I may upgrade him from an artist to an artiste.
Here we go to the river. It is a 4 of spades. Negreanu earns the check mark, but Jones paired his 4.
Did he what?
He said check.
Oh, I thought he said 12. Yeah, I'll check.
2 pair.
But it's not going to be good enough.
Daniel shows him the real 2 pair.
Got 5s.
5's up beats 4's up.
Man, Daniel Negreanu seems to win chips no matter what hole cards he's dealt. And he takes a small step towards seeing little Matt at the final table.
The World Series of Poker Championship Moments.
I'm Scotty Nguyen, baby. 1998 was fun.
Scotty, a seasoned veteran. Kevin in here on a satellite looking to win $1 million. Only in America.
The line was, if you call me, it's all over, baby.
You call gonna be all over, baby.
He go like, I call.
I call. I play the board.
Well, I go like, yes! You know, and then I turn my hand over, it's like 4 hours, you know.
Scotty's got a 9.
Scotty's our new world champion.
It's just like so beautiful, it's just so sweet, you know. Little boy came from Vietnam, don't speak no English at all. No job, don't even know how to play in poker. Just want to survive.
We did it, man!
If I can make my dream come true, you guys can too. So come on and play, baby.
Frankly, I believe Scotty is from New Jersey. I believe he's spoken English since birth. He adopted this act, and we all believe it.
That's right, baby.
Scotty fighting to survive day 2.
You know, Scotty don't go down easy, baby.
Now, Scotty has been a constant character in the world of poker. Another character right now, everyone's favorite Costa Rican character, Humberto Brenes. Takes a nice pot.
This is Humberto! Humberto! Big time! Big tiburón!
And Humberto lets everyone know about his most recent success.
I believe he's from South Jersey.
One other player grabbing attention, not only for his screams, but because he's the chip leader, is Dmitri Nobles.
He's been on quite a roll today.
Dmitri is now hoarding over 500,000 chips, twice that of anyone else in the room. Looks like he robbed the Harris vault, Norman.
Maybe they're selling chips today at the gift shop.
500,000 chips, and it's only day 2, but there is a long way to go. Be careful, Dmitri. Let's get back to the character at our featured table, Daniel Negreanu.
If we played a big pot, that'd be fun, huh? Just get it all in. Get all in.
I'll get it in there when it's cold.
When it's necessary, so maybe like next week. Next week when we're at the final table.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
All right.
I'll get it in then.
We got a deal. How about this? For both the final table, the very first time we play against each other, we're going in blind. All right? Whatever we got, all in.
I'd almost take that too.
That's stupid. Play for $12 million. Why would you take something like that? Why would you do something like that? Come on.
It could be fun.
Think straight.
It could be fun.
It's silly. Don't be silly.
You know, if Daniel offers to go all in blind with you before a hand, you should take it. It might be your best chance against him.
Adam Jones with pocket 5s.
Jones cashed in the main event last year. He finished 328th.
He raises it up to 1,600. Ace 7 of diamonds for Negreanu. And a casual call. No raise, just a call. Antil gets out of the way over to Rene Angelil.
I guess if I were married to Celine Dion, I'd be sitting pretty too.
6 deuce of hearts from the big blind. Jones has the best hand right now. Negreanu with the best drawing hand as we go to the flop. It is 8, king, queen, 2 hearts. Jones's 5s are still best right now. Rene with a flush draw. He checks. Jones will check to Daniel. Daniel reaching for chips.
3,500.
Well, Daniel says if you're going to hand the pot to me, I'll take it. Rene often plays in the big game in Las Vegas with the likes of Doyle Brunson and Chip Reese. Negreanu played in it recently, lost over $1 million, and says he won't play in it again for a while.
Rene made the call. Jones folds. The best hand, the pair of fives. So 2 players to the turn. Turn card is a 7. Those 5s would not have been good now. Negreanu with the advantage with a pair of 7s. Rene checks to Daniel. He checks back. Now the river card. No heart for Rene. Daniel Negreanu earns the check mark with the best cards. He's got 2 pair.
How much is he trying to bet?
Daniel's BS detector is up again.
Rene reaching for chips.
How much is that?
7,500 total.
Well, Rene knows he cannot win the pot without betting at it.
He's not going away quietly.
Well, you either have a monster or nada. Nada. Busted draw.
Lon, take Daniel off our list for the home game next week.
7,500?
Yes, sir, 7,500 total.
Daniel makes the call.
Good call.
And he will win the pot. Wow, nice read again by Negreanu. How many times do we say that?
I figured it was either the nuts or a draw.
If he's not the best, he's in the picture.
Daniel admittedly saying he's playing some of his best poker right now, trying to get to that main event final table. Celine Dion released a CD a few years back entitled One Heart. Rene would have loved to see that beat re-released on the river against Negreanu. Speaking of singers, we catch up in the outer tables with Godsmack lead singer Sully Erna.
Give me a queen.
He needs a queen to stay alive.
Of course, I've never heard of Godsmack.
And the river card. Oh! And he got the queen.
You know what? That's better than winning the whole tournament.
All right, so Sully is still with us. Meanwhile, Shirley Williams in danger of joining her son on the rail. All in with pocket kings and ace in the flop means she's behind. She needs a king on the river or she's done. And she got it on the river. Shirley doubles up.
Look, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Why is she thanking Chris Ferguson?
Just don't step on my foot. Okay.
Well, Shirley has outlasted her son David, and she just got a lot healthier there.
Oh, God, I'm crying now. We need the paramedics.
Shirley overcome with emotion after that big win.
I know there's no crying at the poker table, but I
Keep it together, Cheryl. There's a lot more work to be done.
Oh, shoot. They're tears of joy.
The World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Main Event.
Back at the feature table, Rene Angelil in danger of being knocked out. He moved all in with pocket tens for almost 30,000 chips. Justin Young picked up 3 aces, and Rene is now down to his last chance.
Sure, you're the husband of the big star, you're the manager of the big star, you're playing the big game, but you need a 10.
It's a jack on the river. Justin Young takes the pot, and all the chips that belong to Rene Angelil.
No hard feelings, buddy. Hey, Rene is a very nice man.
And he'll feel better after he gets back to the Bellagio, where he has great success in those weekly tournaments. Nice big win for Justin Young from North Carolina. He calls himself Twinkle Toes. We now have 2 World Series circuit winners at this table, Daniel Tunica, and this man just joining the table, Peter Feldman, took down the New Orleans title. Feldman with Queen 9 offsuit.
I saw him on ESPN. He's the one doing all the talking all the time. This guy, blah, blah, blah. Would you shut up already? Who did you beat? Gavin, that's right.
Peter, again, a chatterbox.
He speaks with his chips. He raised it to 2,400.
What's the bet, 24?
24.
Daniel in the big blind. As we noticed in Tunica, Daniel has flopitis.
2 players to the flop. Feldman with the lead right now. 3-8 jack. Negreanu takes the lead with a pair of 8s.
He checks, but man, Daniel's been hitting a lot of flops, turns, and rivers today.
Feldman bets 4,000 with a gut shot straight draw. And Daniel will make the call.
Pair of 8s for Negreanu.
Now to the turn. 6 of clubs. Daniel still in control. He checks. Check. Feldman checks this time.
Peter decides not to fire again.
Now the river card, ace of hearts, gives Daniel Negreanu the check mark. He can only lose by folding. He checks again. Curious to see how Peter reacts to the ace. Feldman bet 6,500.
Feldman, like Renee before him, knows he can't win the pot
65?
unless he bets at it.
I don't see how I can just give it to him. I mean, for that price. Gonna have to pay you off.
Another great read.
You win.
Another pot won.
And every time, they never have it. That's the good news.
Should have known better.
We should have showed him replays from earlier.
Good thing I watched that show. Otherwise, I never would have called you. I swear. I'm dead serious. I saw you try to bluff Gavin a couple times. Otherwise, I never would have called you.
That's exactly how Peter Feldman looked when he tried to bluff Gavin, but Peter always looks that way.
And hey, Norman, we're an educational tool for some of the world's best players. He is one smart man, but there are a lot of top-notch poker mathematicians out there. Of course, Chris Ferguson, renowned for his game theory and gray matter superiority. He's doing the calculations and decides time to push all in here, putting pressure on Mark Foss.
It's not really that much.
Foss will fold, and a nice pot will go to Chris Ferguson.
Ferguson has 5 World Series bracelets. He's one of the handful of former main event champions still alive.
There's Annie Duke. She studied psychology at Columbia University. She's known for her ability to read players, and she thinks she's beat, so she gets away from that hand, but doesn't seem too happy about it. And then there's Richard Brody. You may never have heard of him, but you likely could not get through your day-to-day life without him.
My name is Richard Brody, and I wrote the first version of Microsoft Word. The thing I'm proudest of in Microsoft Word is the squiggly red underline that comes up when you misspell a word. That was my idea. As glamorous as it is talking about having written Microsoft Word, it's really not so glamorous sitting in an office all day long staring at a computer screen. So I went off to have more fun. I've been playing poker for 3 years.
Guarantee a win, guys.
Poker happens to be a game where you can make a lot of money by being smart and good at games.
Theoretically, I can't lose.
My goal is to become the top poker player in the world. I'm not saying I am the top player. My goal is to be the top player. When I tell people I wrote Word version 1, naturally, the men want to be with me and the women want to beat me. Wait, I get that wrong.
Lon, I use Microsoft Word every day of the week. I'm not sending him a dime.
Lying on the prowl.
Brody better get a lot more chips real quick or he will fall victim to the laws of the jungle. Back now to our featured table. Daniel Negreanu has been the king of the table so far. 9-8 offsuit. It raises it up to 2,500. To Peter Anthill from Australia, King, Queen of Clubs. He'll make the call. Now Weerson Bokel, a student at Tilburg University in the Netherlands, suited Jack 10.
Tilburg with an excellent Division 1A football program.
2 players fold after Bokel. Now Adam Jones.
He is in the big blind.
Ace-7 offsuit. Raises to 2,500, and he'll make the call. 4 players going to the flop. Anthill with the lead right now. The flop is 5, queen, deuce. Anthill pairs his queen. Nobody else got a part of that. Jones will check.
Daniel loves seeing flops because he thinks he's going to outplay you after the flop, and he usually does.
7,500 from Daniel, testing the other players right now.
Yeah, he's posturing right there. He's got nothing.
Michael.
Anthill with queens will make the call.
That's bad news for Camp Negreanu.
Bokel folded. Now Jones gives up his ace. We'll go heads up to the turn. It'll be Negreanu and Anthill again. Anthill with the lead with his pair of queens. Turn card is a king. Anthill with kings up now.
Negreanu picks up a flush draw.
Daniel first to act.
Well, I thought he might want to see a free card here, but he is going to bet.
It'll be 14,000 to Anthill. And a pained look from the Aussie.
That big bet from Daniel doesn't look good right now. If Anthill only had the pair of queens, it might push him off his hand, and Daniel would take it down right now.
The big one. Be part of the night.
It's decent size.
Yep. It's rather large.
It is indeed.
Anthill might be thinking of pushing all in right here, but he's got to worry that Daniel might have a flush.
Wish I could sneak a peek. What he's got. Tell you what. Actually, I think I know what you got anyway.
Actually, I don't think Daniel does know this time.
In they go.
He makes the call.
Good call.
Daniel says, good call. One card to come. 7 of spades earns Peter Antil the check mark.
I missed everything.
Too fair.
That's good. Because my biggest worry is you had the king, queen exactly.
I stand corrected. Daniel says he knew what the cards were.
I missed it all.
Peter Antil will win the pot.
That's what I thought you had. It really is. As soon as you hesitated.
Just didn't know if you were there yet or not.
I was on my way. Just never quite got there.
Figured you had a decent slice of it, but
yeah,
just didn't know if it was there.
Not quite enough.
Not this time. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Steve Dannenman is still out there checking in on his home game buddies. Looks like he's got more company on the rail.
Jerry Ditzel is out. Who couldn't see that coming?
So part of their hopes for having one of their buddies win this thing rests on what they say is their best player, Mark Scheck. But looks like he's nursing a short stack.
Right now we're looking for Joe Hachem. He has the other $3 million that we deserved. So if you see Joe Hachem, let us know. We're looking for him.
I don't think Joe Hachem's looking for them.
Well, we found last year's champion, Joe Hachem, but he is a bit busy right now. So, Steve, I don't think he has time for you.
All in.
That's the third time you've got me, and I promise you it's going to be the last time. I promise you. Any next time you move all in on me, I promise you, next time you do it, I'm going to call if I've got no pair, no draw. I swear to you.
Champ is steaming.
I'm not taking it personally. I'm just talking poker, okay? You're still a nice guy, and I love you and everything, all right? There's nothing. I'm just talking poker, all right?
Double the amount of...
I've given you more money than your dad has.
Sounds like he's got Hachem a little flamooshed.
Flamooshed?
F-L, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Hachem was a great come-from-behind story last year. The last pro to win the big one, though, is that guy right there, 2001 champion Carlos Mortensen, adding chips to his stack right now at the outer tables.
Life. Now I have a life.
But life was almost cut short for the man they called the Matador.
I run bulls sometimes. It's like a party, like 1 week. I was with my friends like 7 in the morning, we was partying, we drinking. And I go there and I run the bull. He comes over me and he catch me. Over here. 3 times in the air, 2 flips. I almost died there. I say no more.
Carlos should do what I do. I run with the bulls online.
He started the day with only 6,000 chips, and it's grinding it out here on day 2.
When he won the main event in 01, Dewey Tomko was runner-up, Phil Gordon was 4th, Phil Hellmuth was 5th, Mike Matisow was 6th.
One tough table to get through.
Hey! What's happening?
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good, good.
Still selling gas.
Business is good now, huh? Gas prices are up. How much you want to pay? $3? Make it 9.
I think these two have met before.
My gosh, man, this will be entertaining.
That's Srinivasa Yarlagadda.
This is amazing. You showed up. This is perfect. I'm having fun. I can't wait to watch this.
Srini is one of the more popular players in the room. He makes everyone believe that he owns gas stations down in Florida, but we know better. He's a computer programmer.
That's a great scam.
Justin Young with pocket aces. He's going to raise it up to 3,000. Action on Daniel with Jack 8 offsuit.
Daniel again getting creative, wants to see a flop and then outplay his opponent afterward.
He's going to need to outplay him. He trails right now. Daniel got an 8 in the flop.
It's your neighborhood again.
You don't care. You're going to bet 6,000 anyway, right?
6? All right.
6,000 it is.
6,000.
You just do whatever I say the whole hand?
Keep giving me good advice like that, I guess.
Daniel called him. We'll go to the turn. Daniel's 8s trailing the aces. No help to Daniel with that 10.
All right, I checked you.
Let's check to him.
Now I'd like you to call 10,000, please.
Call 10,000.
Yes. Just call it. Don't raise me.
I'd like to see him raise Daniel.
Good call. See? He's doing exactly what I want him to do. That's
check or bet the river?
Depends if a heart comes or not.
Okay.
Now the river card, queen of clubs.
All right, I check.
Why do I think you still have like 2 kings or something?
I'm not even playing liar's poker with Daniel for dollar bills.
I think you got like 2 kings and I'm going to lose, so I check.
Very good read.
What's that?
That's a good read.
Close. He had aces over there.
So Daniel made a good read at the end to save himself some chips, but Justin Young won a pot of over 42,000 with aces. To the field where we discover Greg Raymer has declared himself all in. Raymer been struggling on this day 2. The other players fold to Marcello Del Grosso, who calls. Raymer is all in. This is our degree all-in moment. And Raymer's up against the aces. He's got pocket 8s.
When Fossilman won the main event in 04, his final hand was pocket 8s. He's grown superstitious about them. He usually wins with them.
An ace on the flop puts Raymer in deeper trouble.
He's not going to win with them this time. He needs runner to stay alive here.
It's a deuce on the turn. Raymer drawing dead. Del Grosso gets the degree check mark, and the 2004 champ Greg Raymer has been eliminated.
Oh, I could have sworn I was going to win that pot.
He backed up his win with a remarkable 25th place finish last year, but goes out on day 2 in 2006.
The 2004 World Series of Poker champion, Mr. Greg Raymer, has been eliminated.
1 year you're the champ, Lon. Another year you're tossing out an empty bottle into a garbage can.
And the room stops to send Raymer off in style.
The Degree All-In moment is brought to you by Degree for Men, protects men who take risks. The 2006 World Series of Poker is presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, brewed for a man's taste, Miller Brewing Company, and in part by Harrah's Entertainment, home of the world's richest poker tournament, and ParadisePoker.net, home of the free $1 Million Poker Tournament.
Welcome back as day 2 is winding down, but Carlos Mortensen appears to be winding up.
Just give me extra 2,000 there. You can save 2,000.
He sounded like Tony Montana there in Scarface.
From the 2001 champ to our defending champion, Joseph Hachem. Hachem looks to be all business.
King Jack.
Pass the sugar.
Ah, we know what that means. Hachem takes down the pot and looks to be in good shape to move into day 3.
All by getting smashed.
Hachem with a little attitude today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Daniel, missing a hand.
Srini tells Daniel, get back to work.
Why doesn't Daniel just set up a kissing booth?
Just in. Huh? Kind of busy, dude. Sorry. You know, playing the $12 million tournament, but yeah, never mind. What do you want? You want to ask me about a poker hand? I'll be right there. As soon as I fold a hand.
Daniel should be the permanent ambassador of poker, Norman.
I'll take all the help I can get.
On the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Camp, Daniel with ace-king. Can he play the big cards?
I'm in.
He's going to raise it to 2,500. Now to Yarlagata. Srini with queens.
I raise.
What? You're playing for real now.
A lot of gas, man.
A lot of gas.
Srini the gas man,
Tough to get me out usually.
but he doesn't sell any gas.
I bet.
That's a big bet.
Not really. Not to you.
He bet 11,000.
Much less than you do.
Is that all the yellow you got?
Yeah, that's it.
Daniel calculating future gas prices.
All right, it's worth it. I just want to see if you got enough.
8,500 more to Daniel.
11? It's a big bet, but I got to call you.
He'll make the call.
All right.
Thank you.
And I'm going to check in the smoke. 4, 5, 6 of clubs. One time.
All right, here we go to the flop, and oh, he almost got it.
My God, how do you know that?
Buddy, I called for it.
What did you say? No.
Oh, I checked blind, yeah.
I bet 40,000.
40,000.
Okay, I'm all in.
I call.
Wow.
All
We got a
right.
hand.
We got to gamble now. You got aces or something?
No.
All right, hold
Come
it one
on.
time. Ace, king, or a club's what we need.
Well, Daniel is gambling. He's got Srini covered, but he would be crippled if he lost his hand, and he's just in on a draw. Plus, he does have a couple of overcards to the queens.
This is my tournament line. Yeah, we're all in here. Big
Oh, what a
spot.
huge hand here.
Good luck.
Daniel needs to improve.
This is going to determine gas prices in the country right here.
This is for my bracelet.
I got
man.
the ace king, yeah. Big club.
Here's a oh, he got the club. Daniel wins the hand. Srini drawing dead and has been eliminated.
Pleasure.
Daniel's gamble
Would you like
pays
to count
off.
it, just in case? Or it was a good flop, but I needed help.
And for the gas man, well, he comes up with an empty tank.
For Negreanu, a day of great reads, then good luck, and he's fifth now in chips.
Daniel in terrific position now heading into day 3, and maybe little Matt should book a flight to Vegas. Negreanu and all who remain have work to do if they want to catch our chip leader, though, Dmitri Nobles.
There's a lot more poker to play.
As for day 2, it was filled with many ups and downs. The quest for a second title continues for Joe Hachem, Carlos Mortensen, and Chris Ferguson.
Thank you, Jesus.
Phil Ivey lives to fight another day, as do Annie Duke and Richard Brody. But for most others, the main event stopped here. Former champs Robert Varkonyi and Scotty Nguyen were eliminated. Shirley Williams joined her son David on the rail. And Steve Dannenman and company can all go back to their home game. But 1,159 remain.
Little Matt, you're coming out for the final table. That's a guarantee.
For Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarron. Thanks for watching the World Series of Poker.
Day 3, here we come.